Namaste, Jai Bharat. Something interesting might be happening. Just speculate, only speculate. We heard recently that Pakistan had reached some kind of an understanding with Saudi Arabia, and post that, that's a kind of military alliance where each would help one another should someone attack. When this thing was talked between Pakistan and Saudi was very crafty. They are under the impression that Pakistan is a nuclear power, so that if they have a nuclear power to their side, Saudi will equally be feared. Well, this has no basis because Pakistan, no one in this, I don't think anyone would seriously take Pakistan as a nuclear power because they have a nuclear stockpile, as many people have said, and others are maintaining it. Most likely it's the US that maintains it. They won't be able to execute it. They don't have the launching facilities and possibly missile facilities which can carry nuclear warhead, etc. So these things are not as simple as that. This is for the Pakistani people to start shouting that we will put atom bomb on you, which they had been telling. We will nuke you. No, that's the word in English. हम लोग atom bomb भेज देंगे, atom bomb छोड़ देंगे. This kind of attitude they have. They speak without thinking. They speak without understanding. They speak just like it as it comes. Like, many people say, I'll do this, I'll do that. And many people out there, the street in Pakistan will say, I'll go to Bharat with the bomb and, kill everyone. And this kind of, it's not even fantasy. Fantasy is something worth in fantasy. This is craze. You just speak what comes to your, not head, not mind, to your tongue. Just at random. So, it's this kind of understanding, then suddenly Pakistanis were shouting. Now this makes these people idiotically happy that if something happens to Pakistan, now Saudi is with us. And why Saudi wanted this? Pakistan is supposed to have. I don't know how they happen to believe it, that Pakistan can execute it, even if they have. To what extent they can execute it it remains a question. Somehow they got into this alliance. So then, of course, when we express our concerns, then Saudi makes an exception except India. We will not support if you attack India, except that also is made fine. Or if India attacks you, we will not support it, we will be neutral. That also was clarified, except India. These things was done. There's a deal and sub-deal and polishes on top of it and icing on top of it. This situation is there. Now, of all things in the world, Saudi is being attacked by Iran. No one had ever dreamed of it. No one had ever dreamed of any Gulf countries being attacked by anybody. Their only so-called enemies Israel. They are not bothered. Normally, they are not bothered. They are not going to attack any of these Gulf countries. They are only concerned with those who have nuclear arsenal and those who spread jihadi terrorism. Exactly like Bharat. Israel is exactly like Bharat, or Bharat is exactly like Israel. See, our concern is terrorism, because these terrorists come and play havoc within our societies. They sneak in, and they come and they stay there, in our nation at least, sleeper cells. You don't know. And suddenly they get activated and they go about blasting places, killing people who are holidaying. That's precisely what happened in Israel, and it kept repeatedly happening in Bharat, including attacking our parliament. How foolish it is to attack a parliament building, which is so big. You just can't enter. At the most, you can put if you fire, it will hit the walls of or the pillars of, in our case, that time. Now the new parliament has come. The pillars of parliament building, and that's all. Do you think that will create a psychological wave or wave of shock for people of Bharat? No. We are not that idiot. We are not those people who get shaken easily. We have withstood the time of test of time in history. Not just your bullets. 800 years of Islamic domination and 200 years of European domination. And we still are what we are. So do you think we'll just get shaken by your two jihadi cries? Nothing shall happen to us. Whatever might happen is highly short-living and temporary. So what is the purpose? That's just taking out frustrations, and that's it. Their frustrations get treated for the time being. And of course these people won't live to understand that what foolishness they have done. So these kind of jihadi activities, both Bharat and Israel were equally concerned with. Israel is a small nation, but a very powerful nation. Very powerful in many areas, many fields. Small in size, less in number, but powerful enough. We are maybe not that as powerful as Israel in many places, but we are strong and we are united. We are Hindus. We don't betray friends. We stand by our friends, and we are more number of people. And all over the world, of course, Jews are also all over the world, but Jews are less number. Hindus are more in number. And it's natural for us to be together because both are transparent and honest people. Simple. So their concern and our concern become same. We are addressing radical Islam, not Islam per se. We are addressing jihad, jihadi terrorism, which is not a simple phenomenon, jihadi terrorism. And that makes definitely Iran in the opposition camp. Otherwise, with the Persians or Iran, Bharat is no enmity. But then, if when we on principle disagree with jihadi terrorism and radical Islam, that is Israel also does. These principles we are not compromising. We can't compromise because, as Israel would say, we will cease to exist if we compromise. That is simple as that. Same is applicable to Pakistan. Same is applicable to Pakistan. All those criteria which qualifies Iran to be attacked equally, or in fact intensely, maybe not in quantity but in quality, qualifies Pakistan to be attacked. And now suppose Saudi Arabia says, look, we have been attacked by Iran. Can you attack Iran? Go and attack Iran. What will Pakistan do? Is a simple question just came to my mind. What will Pakistan do? If Pakistan can afford to let America use their bases, which they are already doing it. When they are in need, all Pakistani bases are available for US. Because they take money. They will do this to anyone. China was let down. I think in the end of history of China, China was let down by none else other than Pakistanis. China used to let down people. They give them loans and then get their property as insurance, and finally the property they occupy. This is usually a strategy that China was following all over the world. Examples are in front of you, Maldives too, any place. And they are doing business like that. It's a kind of trade. Well, that's one thing. But look at Pakistan. They have nothing to give. They have nothing to give. Whenever anybody gives them money, they will give everything. So China was also enticed, and China has invested in Pakistan. When they find America is more profitable and more quickly profitable, they let down Pakistan. They let down China. China has lost considerable amount of money in Pakistan's words, believing in the words. They were going for the CPEC and all kinds of thing construction. This would cost money, and ultimately China loses that money. And look at that. So if Saudi is asking Pakistan, you are supposed to rally, we are being attacked, where are your nuclear weapons? Where are the soldiers who are supposed to come here and join us? And at least put your air defense system. Of course, they don't have an appropriate air defense system, which Saudi doesn't know. Pakistan is posing themselves as very powerful, very, very strong army, etc., in front of others. And Saudi also believes, must be believing them. And they tell the whole world that we have got this thing and that thing. In Operation Sindoor, everything was exposed. Everything was exposed that Pakistan is nothing. They can only talk, they can do nothing. In spite of that, they keep telling, and people keep buying their talks. That's one thing. At least some people, they keep buying their talk. Otherwise, others would ignore Pakistan. And if Saudi is asking that Pakistan to come and stand with us, send your air defense, where are your missiles? Then what will Pakistan do? They would easily give US to use their bases. Saudi does not need your bases. Saudi needs you to carry all your defense equipments and stand there, which Pakistan won't be able to do, cannot do. If they do it, then they will have an additional enemy simply from Iran. Iran already is sort of enemy to them. They will have an additional enemy, and their situation will be much worse than worse, much worse than pathetic. I was just imagining this is quite possible, and Pakistan is constantly afraid of it. They have reasons to be afraid of so many things. Let's see their pride. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Siya Ram, Jai Bharat.